Generative AI is the headlines for all the wrong reasons again. Microsoft is showing storage love for Canada, Google Next in Vegas is just around the corner, and AWS is helping everyone use AI safely with easier integration to many third-party solutions and much more news for this month in cloud. Hi, I'm Matt Carolan and welcome to Puck Online, where we aim to bring you the hot news topics for the last month in the public cloud space. Today I'm here on the waters of North Vancouver. Very rainy day, hopefully it doesn't pick up anymore. If you didn't hear, tickets for the 2024 Cloud Summit went on sale this month with limited number of early bird tickets at 60% off the regular price. With that, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. A few new announcements for Azure Backup, starting with Regional Disaster Recovery by Azure Backup for AKS. This is currently in public preview. With the feature, you can proactively prepare for and mitigate the impact of a regional disaster by recovering AKS clusters for backup stored in a secondary region, leveraging Azure paired regions, ensuring business continuity even in the face of regional disruptions, storing backup copies off-site, adhering to 3-2-1 backup strategy, and having the resilience to restore them in case of a tenant compromise, and retaining data for extended periods to meet compliance requirements in regulated industries, ensuring data integrity and security. As well, now generally available is support for Azure VMs using UltraDisk and Premium SSD version 2 for Azure Backup. Microsoft announced the general availability of standard network features. Edit. Network features for Azure NetApp files. Standard network features provide you with an enhanced virtual networking experience for a seamless and consistent experience, along with security posture for Azure NetApp files. You are now able to edit existing Azure NetApp file volumes and upgrade basic network features to standard network features. A long list of new features comes with this, including increased IP limits for the VNets and Azure NetApp file volumes, on par with VMs, to enable customers to provision volumes in their existing architectures. Enhanced networking security with support for network security groups. Enhanced network control with support for user-defined routes. Connectivity over active-active VPN gateway. ExpressRoute fast path connectivity, and more. Microsoft introduced the migration service in Azure Database for PostgreSQL, tailored to simplify moving your PostgreSQL workloads to the Azure. This service provides a seamless, fully managed migration experience, adept at handling both schema and data migrations with no size restrictions. Microsoft went GA with Azure Elastic SAN, the industry's first fully managed and cloud-native storage area network, offering the simplified deploying, scaling, managing, and configuring a SAN in the cloud. This enterprise-class offering stands out by adapting a SAN-like resource hierarchy, provisioning resources at the appliance level, and dramatically distributing these resources to meet the demands of diverse workloads across databases, virtual desktop infrastructure, and business applications. Zone Redundant Storage, ZRS, for Azure Disk Storage is now generally available on Azure Premium SSDs and standard SSDs in Canada's Central region. Disks with ZRS provide synchronous replication of data across 3 availability zones in a region, enabling disks to tolerate zonal failures without causing disruptions to your application. As well, Azure UltraDisk Storage is now available in Canada East. Azure UltraDisk Storage offers high throughput, high IOPS, and consistently low latency disk storage for Azure virtual machines. Amazon Q in AWS Glue. AWS previewed a new chat experience for AWS Glue that lets you use natural language to author and troubleshoot data integration jobs. Amazon Q data integration in AWS Glue aims to reduce the time and effort needed to learn, build, and run data integration jobs using AWS Glue data integration engines. AWS launched 3 new modules for AWS Supply Chain. These modules are designed to help you collaborate with your suppliers across all tiers of your supply chain, with the goal of helping you to maintain optimum inventory levels at each site in the chain. Firehose now offers direct integration with Snowflake Snowpipe streaming in preview. Firehose enables customers to reliably capture, transform, and deliver data streams into Amazon S3, Amazon Redshift, Splunk, and other destinations for analytics. With this new feature, customers can stream, clickstream, application, and AWS service logs from multiple sources, including Kinesis data streams to Snowflake. With a few clicks, customers can set up a Firehose stream to deliver data to Snowflake. Firehose automatically scales to stream gigabytes of data, and records are available in Snowflake within seconds. AWS Control Tower customers can now programmatically extend governance to organizational units via APIs. These new APIs enable AWS Control Tower Baseline, which contains best practice configurations, controls, and resources required for AWS Control Tower governance. For example, when you enable a baseline on an OU, member accounts within the OU will receive resources including AWS IAM roles, AWS CloudTrail, AWS Config, AWS Identity Center, and come under AWS Control Tower governance. Before now, you could only register OUs in the AWS Control Tower console, and Amazon Web Services is hoping to make AI-infused low-code development an even lower effort task by announcing integration between Amazon Bedrock and Siemens Mendix platform. Mendix, an AWS partner, was founded in 2005 and has since been used to build over 200,000 applications. It promises to help organizations create complex, highly customizable, enterprise-grade applications with little to no code work required. Amazon Bedrock, meanwhile, is a managed serverless cloud service that gives developers who want to build apps leveraging generative AI access to models from major AI players like Anthropic, Meta, Cohere, and Amazon itself. Combining the two products would let low-code developers more easily add generative AI capabilities to their applications using the AI model of their choice. Amazon Elastic Container Services, ECS, and Amazon Fargate now integrate with Amazon Elastic Block Storage, EBS, allowing you to easily provision and attach EBS volumes to Amazon ECS tasks running on both AWS Fargate and Amazon Elastic Cloud Compute EC2 using Amazon's ECS API. This capability makes it easier for you to deploy storage and data-intensive applications such as ETL jobs, media transcoding, and ML interface workloads using serverless containers. Research and Engineering Studio, or RES, on AWS is an open-source, easy-to-use web-based portal for administrators to create and manage secure cloud-based research and engineering environments. RES 2024.01 is now generally available. This new release adds support for RES deployments in private subnets, reduces the cost of idle installations, and enables better user management, among other features. With this release, RES is also available in 4 additional AWS regions, including Canada, Asia Pacific, being Tokyo and Seoul, and Europe in Milan. Other key features include being able to specify a Linux AMI for use, and those using RES 2023.11 can take a snapshot and use in the new 2024.01. Google Cloud Next will be in Vegas this year from April 9th to 11th. Early bird pricing is just under $1,000 and then it goes up to $2,000. At the event, guests will hear from many speakers, presentations, demos on Google Cloud technology, not just from Google but also from their partners. Now, I was talking at an event last night and everybody was talking about this, so can't avoid the elephant in the room when we're talking about Google. As I've said in the past, we are going to see a lot of this over the coming years where Gen AI is going to upset and disrupt for good and bad. So Google was forced to take offline Gemini's image generator after it was found to be policing bias in a way that was upsetting many. For refusing to show images of the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre, to its reluctance to show white people, and instead, in many examples doing the rounds online, changing historical figures to being black. Not just famous, celebrated white people, but also evil white people from our history. I think it's great that the online conversation and oversight is happening, but we are at the easy end of noticing these mistakes in Gen AI. What will be hard is when Gen AI very soon evolves to not making it obvious its bias in images, and even the creators won't be sure if the output is due to historical correctness, their programming and bias and guidelines, or the overwhelming majority of the online content on the subject being incorrect and leading Gen AI to incorrect conclusions based on the internet's collective knowledge. In a recent interview with Google Cloud CEO Thomas Curran, he went over what their 2024 investments will be in, and the ones that stood out were in their partners, real-world business use cases for AI, new infrastructure, data analytics, cybersecurity, and collaboration tools. Now, after announcing a 10-year, $2 billion investment into Google back in 2020, and a few years of critical media around their lack of movement in their migration, Sabre has actually finished their migration, announcing that they have closed 17 data centers and moved more than 40,000 servers, which covers 400,000 CPUs and 50 petabytes of storage. Now, if you're skeptical that it was just an expensive lift and shift, they did reveal some refactoring, with over a dozen analytic platforms having moved to Google BigQuery. Over 50,000 containers have been created, which would have come from the only 40,000 servers, and dozens of new intelligent services using Google Vex AI. And another company that's been in the news recently with VMware is Broadcom, and Google Cloud announced plans to support license portability of VMware Cloud Foundations to Google Cloud VMware Engine. Customers will be able to purchase subscriptions of their new VMware Cloud Foundation software from Broadcom and flexibly use those subscriptions in Google Cloud VMware Engine, as well as their own on-premise data centers. Google Cloud and Hugging Face announced a new strategic partnership that will allow developers to utilize Google Cloud's infrastructure for all Hugging Face services, and will enable training and serving of Hugging Face models on Google Cloud. Partnership advances Hugging Face's mission to democratize AI and furthers Google Cloud support for open source AI ecosystem development. With this partnership, Google Cloud becomes a strategic cloud partner for Hugging Face and a preferred destination for Hugging Face training and interface workloads. Developers will be able to easily utilize Google Cloud's AI-optimized infrastructure, including compute, tensor processing units, and graphic processing units, to train and serve open models and build new generative AI applications. So in wrap up, make sure you check out publiccloud.ninja for links to all our podcasts, and online meetups and events. And click that like and subscribe button so that you get notified each month when we release a new episode. Our next episode will be in March. Till then, stay safe and keep challenging yourself.